YouTube, what's going on? Make sure this thing's working. Look like it is. All right. Hey, listen, as always, hope everybody's doing well. If you are new to the channel, thank you so very much for stopping by and, of course, for displaying that support. I really appreciate it. Don't take it for granted. Thank you very much. If you are coming back to the channel, welcome back to the crib. You know, I call you all my YouTube fam, and it feels like it. We are talking every day now. Can you believe it? When I first started this channel, I'm like, there's no way I'm doing a video every single day. But I don't think I have missed a day thus far. Man, and that's because of you. I mean, you guys are really generating the content for me by asking these great questions. And so I appreciate it. I think we're up to 135 subscribers, if I'm not mistaken. You don't know how much I appreciate that support. Here is the thing, and I always mention this in most of my videos. When you subscribe, obviously it helps the channel. But when you subscribe, it helps us all, because the more people that are introduced to our video and subscribe, and that's more people engaged into this box truck conversation. The more people are engaged in that conversation, the more you and I will learn. As I always say, I don't know everything. I do not know everything. I always encourage you to fact check me. If I get something wrong, please correct me, cite your source. But we're all learning here together on this channel. So by you subscribing, we are able to get in front of more people. So please subscribe. I noticed I mentioned, I think 135 subscribers. We've had thousands to watch the video, but they're not subscribing. So please subscribe. It is important not only to the channel, but if you are seeking information about the box truck business, it's going to be important to you. The more people we are exposed to, like I say, the more people will get involved in the dialogue, the conversation about box trucks. So please hit that subscribe button. And of course, if you do that, you're going to want to hit the notification bell as well, so you'll be notified when there is new content available for you to view. And as I mentioned, I've been dropping them every day. I can't promise I will continue to do that, but we will continue to have videos coming out. And keep asking the questions about what you want me to do a video on. That really helps. Most of you have been sending emails saying, can you talk about this? Can you talk about that? So it's important that you not only subscribe, but be engaged with the channel, if that makes sense. And so please subscribe if you will. You can always unsubscribe if you feel like you're not getting nothing out of the channel, but it costs nothing to subscribe. So I ask, if I earn it, please subscribe to the channel. All right. By the way, my name is Kenny. So as you can see in the title, it says, heck, I forgot what it said. No, but there was a question from a subscriber. If you go back to my previous video, I think it was called Amazon versus OTR, and a subscriber left a question saying, hey, can I get a truck with 0% at 0 interest rate? I have some money to put down, and can you tell me what companies to buy the truck from? I'm not looking at the question, but I believe that was the gist of it. So I want to touch on that a little bit. And here's the other thing, guys, before I jump into the subject. I do not know everything. I say this in every video because I don't want to come across as if I know everything. I don't. I am new to the box truck lane. I've had some tractor trailer experience. I've spoke about that. I've driven for 3 different companies, never as an owner operator, and certainly never in the box truck lane. So I don't know everything. I do know, however, business. Business is business, regardless if it's box truck, if it's a snow cone stand. Business is business. I do know a little bit about business because I have 3 companies, but I don't know everything there is to know about the box truck business. That's why I did 2 years, guys, of research, because I didn't know this lane, and I'm still learning this lane. And so I always tell people, when you get to the point where you think you know everything, you are in trouble. I'm always learning. We're learning together. And I can only share what I have done to put me where I am now in the process, and as it relates to my box truck, if that makes sense. And even when I share that with you, that doesn't mean it was the right way of doing it. It's just what I did. And here's the result of what I've done. And here's where I am thus far, if that makes sense. So by no means, guys, I do not know everything. If I get something wrong, let's be respectful, but correct me, fact check me, if you will. If you know something I don't know, or if I'm wrong, let me know. Make sure you cite your source. Now, if you're going to say this is what you've heard, where did you hear it from? And we can all be enlightened. So just wanted to put that out there. The other thing is we see all these videos where people are in their box truck, and guys, if you hear some noise, I'm in my office today. But we see people doing videos where they're stopping by, picking up a load, delivering a load. Those are great to watch. I enjoy watching those channels that's showing that. That's cool. Not many talking about business. And I think that's really important. There are some, but the business aspect, guys, of whatever you're doing is real important. It really is. If you watch a video and next week you just jump out in it, you're not going to be putting yourself in the right position, in my opinion, in terms of business. So do your research. Don't just listen to me. Fact check me. Find out if what I'm saying is accurate. And if it's not, come back and correct me. But there's not a lot of videos about business. I could be sitting behind the wheel, driving, picking up, and delivering it. At some point, I will have some videos doing that. But I think this is also important. There's neither one of them is more important than the other, but I think it's important that you have all of that. You want to have the big picture. Does that make sense? I'm bringing that up because we're going to talk a little bit about business today, because this question about can you finance a truck with 0% interest rate? And they also said that it was for a friend, that their friend has good credit. So let me say this first. Let me get a little bit closer. What is good credit? Seriously, what is good credit? When we hear that question, the first thing comes to mind is a score, right? You've got a great score, you've got good credit. Not necessarily. What if I told you, I know some people who have a 750, some even an 800, some higher than that credit score, and get declined for small things like a credit card. Big things like a home, right? How is that possible? Guys, 3 letters, DTI, debt to income. So if you're overextended, you can make $1 million a month, but your expenses are $1 million a month. No one's going to extend you credit, no matter what that credit score is, if that makes sense. So it's not a cut dry answer when you say, my friend's got good credit, can they get 0% interest on a truck? There's a lot that goes into that. Number one, when you're financing a commercial vehicle, that is totally different from going out and buying a personal car. Let me just say that first. Totally different. So when the bank look at lending you money for a truck, for your business, how long has your business been established? Do you, the person that owns this business, do you have any experience in this particular lane? You're buying a box truck. Do you have any experience with box trucks? Do you have any contracts lined up? If not, there's some sort of risk involved in that. So even with good personal credit, again, personal consumer credit, then there's business credit. If you're a new business, more likely you don't have business credit established. You went out and watched videos and got a business name and set up an EIN and got a bank account. You got your LLC and you're in business, but you are a new business. And now you're asking a company to give you $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, even more, depending on the truck, right? And you've got a good credit score. It's more to it. So keep in mind, they're going to look at all that. Does your company, has it been in business for a few years? Is it a new authority? Have your company been around for years? It's got business credit. This is your second or third truck. I mean, you've got multiple accounts. I believe that 0% interest may be possible if they're offering 0%. If you go into a bank and they'll say, we're doing home loans at 3%. I mean, it doesn't matter what your credit is. That's what they're offering. They're not offering 0%. So there's a lot of factors when we're addressing that question. But here's what you can do. You can call the financial institutes and ask them 3 questions. A, do you guys finance commercial vehicles? Because all banks don't do it. I mean, I had a big bank that says, no, they don't finance commercial vehicles. So that's number 1. Do you finance commercial vehicles? Number 2, what's your interest rates? Got to ask that, because if you want 0, ask. They'll tell you. The third question is, what are the requirements to get a 0% interest for this truck? Ask those questions. One of the other questions is, who can I go to get the truck? Guys, it's really simple. If there's 100 places you can go. But if you're looking to do a Freightliner, go to Freightliner. If you're looking for International, go to International. If you're looking for Hino, go to Toyota directly. If you're looking at Penske, Premier Financing, that's who does their trucks. Now, I mentioned Penske. I didn't use them. They were really slow for me, but I know they've worked for a lot of people. And, they take all, I'm not going to say all credit, but they take different credit. So, you can reach out to them as well. But I would go directly to the company that the type of truck you buy. Buying international, go to international. That's what I did. And ask those questions. What's your interest rate? What are the qualifications to qualify for that particular interest rate that you're looking for if you're looking for 0%? But also, do not let these banks shop your credit. All those inquiries are going to do nothing but drive your score down. So be aware of that. 1, 2 at the most. Do your homework before you start letting people run your credit. So I hope that answered your question. Can you get a commercial truck 0% interest? I don't know. I would like to think you can, but I would think there are some criteria that you're going to have to be able to meet before you can get it at 0%. What I have seen is down payments from 10%, 15, 20, 30%. It just depends. It's not just based upon your credit. You certainly want to have good credit as opposed to bad if you had a choice. But also, guys, learn how credit works. And I don't want to make this video about credit, but it is very important that you learn how credit works. Consumer and business. So basically your personal credit as well as your business credit. You need to find out how they operate. If you have a credit card, for me, I never use no more than 9% of what my credit limit is. Let me say that again. I never use more than 9%. And I'm never using more than what I can pay back that following month. That's just me. Good credit starts with paying your bills on time. Making sure keeping your debt paid down. Don't have 150 inquiries on your credit report. Have old accounts. You got to have a good mixture. Monitor your credit. I'm starting to get into a credit conversation, but learn how the credit game works. As opposed to going out and paying somebody. I see these channels. Let me fix your credit. Pay your bills on time. Pay your debt down. Keep an eye out on those inquiries. You will be surprised you can fix your credit yourself. There's no secret to fixing credit. Pay your bills on time. Keep your debt down. And you'll be okay. All right. So can you get a truck with 0%? I believe you can. I believe it's going to be tough if you are a new business trying to get it with 0% down, even with good credit, because the bank is going to look more than at just your credit, right? I hope it helps. Guys, if you have any questions, if it's a video you want me to touch on that I have not done so yet, just drop it down in the comment. You can always email, you can even call me. All that information is below in the description. My plan is to do a Q&A live. I've had a couple of requests for that. I didn't want to do it now because we don't have enough subscribers yet. At least I don't think so. Once we get to about 200, we'll jump on, do a live Q&A so I can answer your questions. Now, guys, I don't know everything. I can answer questions about what I've done so far to be where I am in the process. But I think it's you gotta be fluent more than just getting in the truck, going, picking up a load and delivering a load, and understand hours of service, dispatcher, factoring company. You've got to learn business. You got to know what's the least amount you can take, on rate per mile or mile per rate, however you want to say it. You got to know your dimensions of that truck. How many miles per gallon can you get with that truck? You don't want to drive for free. So make sure you are doing business as well. It's more than getting in this truck and holding the camera up and saying, hey, I'm here for to pick up a load and I'm going to drop it off. Yeah, guys, it's a good load. I made X amount of dollars and only had to go 200 miles. Yeah. That's cool. But they had to get to that point. And getting to that point is taking care of business first. Business. Take care of business. I did 2 years of research because I wanted to make sure when I went into this business, I would be successful. That's the only option, success. Anything else, I don't do, right? Don't make money, don't make sense. Bottom line. If you sold out, you're selling too cheap, baby. So learn business. I hope that answered your question. I hope that helped. Subscribe, guys. Let's get to 200 so we can do, excuse me, so we can do a Q&A. All right. We're at 15 minutes. Tough times, guys, don't last forever. Tough people always do. They really do. You gotta stay focused, determined, disciplined. Be patient. Be smart, because money don't come with instructions. Have a great day. We'll talk soon.